Are we live? It says we're live. I think we're live. I think we're live. Cool. Sorry, just checking the audio. I think we're live. Awesome. Hello and welcome to the live FAQ&A3. I am Gary and Reva and I'm here to answer all of your questions for the next 30 to 45 minutes. So let's get started. Remember, if you have a question, please post it in the chat and I may answer it, I may not. So if it looks like I'm not going to answer it, please stop asking it. So let's see. I'll answer one from my prepared stash. In Age of Decay, if you had to choose another role, what would it be? Well, I am not entirely sure. If I had to choose another role, I would say, I don't know, actually. I reckon farming. I reckon I could do farming very efficiently. But I just love blood magic, really. Maybe Thaumcraft, to be honest, if I had to choose another. What's your favourite Pokemon game? Pokemon Emerald, I'd say. I absolutely loved Emerald. It's one of the few Pokemon games, or to be honest, handheld games, that I started playing on the way back from buying it at the shop. What else do we have? Come on guys, give me your questions. Throw them at me. In this lull, I will quickly mention, don't forget that you can still buy Gary and Reva Pokesins t-shirts on my store linked in the description. Go check them out. Great fun for everyone. Will I ever go to any indie or PAX stuff? I really want to. It's just, it's difficult to sort of organise, to plan. I need someone to go with. I don't like to go to stuff like that on my own if I can avoid it. Probably that's the main issue. I don't have many people to go to conventions and stuff with, so I have to work with what I've got. Have you ever 100%ed a Zelda game? I have not. Have you ever completed the National Pokédex? I have not. National one, that's the sort of overarching one, isn't it? I'm fairly sure it is. No, I haven't. Have you ever seen Tokyo Ghoul? No, but I have a t-shirt from it. It was a free one I got. When do you plan to stop YouTubing? I do not. This is my job. I do it for a job. I want to keep doing it for a job. Fun. What is your favourite Zelda item? I don't know. I don't really have one. I don't play enough Zelda games to have a favourite item. The shields, the Hylian shield, I think looks really cool. Does that count? Is that good enough? I hope that's good enough. Ezio's here as well. Come and say hello, Ezio. Ezio and Desmond. He's here as well. Unfortunately, his normal perch is a little bit occupied by a pile of paper, so he can't really sit there. Have you got any shiny Pokemon? Discounting Red Gyarados? No, I don't think I do. No shinies. I don't have the time or patience really to sit around and try and get a shiny. If I happen to find one, I did once find one. I did once find one in the wild. Ah, what was it? I don't remember, but I didn't catch it. It got away from me. What is your favourite video that you've made? I don't know. There are about 850 of them. There are lots and lots of videos, and that's just the ones that are still on my channel. There are probably about 50 that I've taken down over the years. I'd say the most fun to just make is... Right, I'm going to put some qualifiers on this. I'm going to say... Sorry, it's quite dark in here, isn't it? I'm going to say one that's not a gaming one. I'll go with Mr. Sandman, because that was very much spur of the moment. Yeah, I'm going to make this video, and I did, and it was amazing fun. Will I get the new Star Fox game? I have never played a Star Fox game in my life, and I probably never will. Where is the "Don't be silly, France doesn't exist" shirt? It was never made. I had it designed, and then the France terror attacks occurred, and I thought that it would be in bad taste to distribute it. So instead we have Sleepwaves. That was the replacement one for that. Do I plan to have Voltec Series 2 come out at some point in the future after Voltec Series 1 is finished? I do still intend to go back to it. I do still have all the plans, all the information, all of the plans, but unfortunately it's just really hard to organise, because it is such a big undertaking for me to do it right. And it's that classic situation of I want to do it right, therefore I wait, and therefore it doesn't get done. But it's something that is something I do think about it every so often. And I've actually been talking to James about it recently, given that he's now on Age of Decay. Which will you buy, Pokemon Sun or Moon? I have no intention to buy either at the moment, given that I've not played any later gens at all. But if I had to say which one, I'd probably say Moon, because I quite like the Moon. Let's see. Do you intend for Jason to return to Age of Decay? I hope he will return at some point. Maybe not as a full player, because the reason he left was his PC doesn't work, and it still doesn't really work, so he can't actually run the mod pack we play on. But even if he doesn't return as a full player, because he is quite busy these days, then I'm hoping he'll return for a cameo or something in the future. What is your fondest memory with this channel? That is a good question and a very difficult one. I would say faffing about in Minecraft games. Because it's different with a co-op game when you have a distinct drive, and to be honest, it's a bit different with Age of Decay when you have a drive. I mean, it makes for a very interesting series, but the carelessness, the carefreeness, whatever, of Tech Town and Voltec, it just really made it a massive pleasure to record. You just go on there and you just faff around for half an hour to an hour or 2 hours or however long, and you just have fun doing it because you're chilling with your friends and you're chatting about crap that doesn't matter, and they are really fun recording those Minecraft series. And while I'm really glad that Age of Decay does have this drive, does have this this unique selling point that other Minecraft series don't have that I've seen, it just doesn't quite compare to the carefree attitude of the early ones. Do you have a DS? I have a new DS, what's it called? A new Nintendo 3DS XL. It's blue. And I actually have Soul Silver in there at the moment. What can you say to your subscribers? I say a lot to my subscribers on a very regular basis. Things like hello. I say that probably most of everything. We also have hello t-shirts on the merch store, link below. I'm determined to show off all 4 t-shirts over the course of this, and I'm only like 5 minutes in. I've done 3 of them already, so it's going well. What would I say to my subscribers? Seriously now, I really appreciate all of your support. It does mean so much to me that you all like watching me talk about crap. What is your favourite number? 17, probably. Why did Evan leave Age of Decay? That is a difficult one to answer. I don't know. I don't know how to really explain it. It's sort of... It was entirely his decision. Like, we didn't kick him out or anything. He just decided he wanted to do something else. So... Do you plan to make a Techtown return? Probably not in the form you mean, because Voltec replaced Techtown in sort of Techtown's continuity, and because Tekkit itself is so outdated, I'll probably never return to doing a series on Tekkit itself. But I'm not going to say Techtown will never appear on the channel again. Leave it at that. Oh, sorry, it skipped a load of chat. Apart from me, who is my favourite YouTuber? Well, I'm not my favourite YouTuber. I'm not that self-absorbed. I would say the person, or the channel I watch the most is actually the main Yogscast channel. I just watch that sort of in any of my downtime. But single YouTuber, I'd say Sips. Really enjoy his work. And I was actually watching it before this began. What is your biggest challenge in video making? I take it you mean in sort of, not in the actual editing, I take it you mean in the sort of whole career of it. And that's the commenters. Because, you know, anyone can sit down and do the work, but I know several people who've quit or who've decided just not to get into the career because they know the commenters would get them down. And if that G-log I did, was it yesterday, is anything to prove, I do get very irritated by it. And it's by far the biggest issue I have with this as a job. Some of my comments have been caught in the spam filter, especially when I use the word first. No, it's not in the spam filter. If I see first as a comment, and I'm not in a good mood, I'll delete the comment because it's not a proper comment. It's just someone saying something that they don't need to say. I don't see the point of first as a comment. Why not comment something about the video and have that as the first comment? Are you married? No, I am not married. Do you like your subscribers? I absolutely love you. All 25,000 of you except the ones who were dicks to me in the comments. Let's see. Could you try putting on a fake accent of sorts? I do that a fair bit, actually. Usually in stuff like Age of Decay, when I'm bouncing off other people, I'll just put on a weird accent for a bit, and I did in I think the recent episode of Portal Stories Mel, just for a short bit. I just put on a weird accent for a few lines and then keep going. How's Britain? Britain is overcast at the moment. What advice would you give to people starting up their own channel? I've answered that sort of before, but to be honest, there's always more advice you can give to newcomers to the job. Pick something you enjoy doing. Don't do something that you think will be popular. Do what you enjoy, and it'll allow you to last much longer as a channel. Can you do a Let's Play of a Sonic game? I briefly considered doing like Sonic Adventure, because those are on Steam now. I don't want to have to buy any kind of... because I own a PS3, but apart from that I don't own any newish consoles. So I don't want to have to buy a console or buy a capture card or something. PC games are where I'll stick for now because, well, I've already bought the stuff I need to make PC gaming videos. And now that there are some going onto Steam and stuff, then it does open up what I can actually do videos on. Do you have a subscriber goal for this year? Yes, I do, but I'm going to keep it under wraps because I didn't meet my last one, and that was embarrassing. What is your favourite starter Pokemon? Cyndaquil. Easily. I've missed a load of of things in the chat. Can I pull... Sorry, can I pop out chat there? Let's see if that's going to work. What's that button do? No. No, the pop-out chat doesn't work for me. That's annoying. Right. Do you have any friends that post videos on YouTube as much as you do? None of my sort of real life friends post videos to YouTube much. But Skull and I get on very well, and he posts a lot of videos, so go check out his channel. What is your favourite Pokemon character? I don't think I really have one. The player character from Emerald, does that count? What would you most want fan art for? Ooh, that's interesting. Age of Decay, I'd say. Because we go to so many different interesting environments, so many different interesting places and things and stuff. It just... there's just such a spectrum of art that you could do for that, with the different people, the different situations, the different armors and crap, and the different environments. There's just so much scope for interesting art on Age of Decay. Will you do anything when you reach 30,000 subs? I've did a video on this. No. What is the most difficult part about preparing Pokesims or any video for that matter? I take it this is more leaning towards the editing as opposed to the sort of career part of it. Each series has their own challenges. I may as well just run down the ones I have. Portal Stories Mel, the main challenge is knowing how much to cut. It's the same with the other Portal games. To be honest, it's the same with any puzzle game or adventure game or something where you have to work something out. I tend to work something out by just standing still, seeing what I have to work with, and staring at it until I can think of an answer. And while that works for me, it's boring to watch. So I tend to cut it either by some kind of transition, or if I just haven't moved an inch, I'll just cut it and you won't be able to tell. Not unless you're looking for it, which you probably will be after this, but that's the main thing with that one, knowing how much to cut. Let's see, co-op stuff. If you add co-op stuff, it always becomes harder because there are more things to have to deal with. With Saints Row, there are just the two of us, so it's quite easy. and I get to play around with funny editing because the game allows it. But Age of Decay, there are 4 of us, and that's 4 separate audio tracks plus the game audio and video. So it just takes so long to edit because there are just 4 different audio tracks that I've got to keep track of, that I've got to cut so that you don't hear the little or click 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 from Evan's bloody mouse, that sort of thing. So that one's awkward because there are just so many different components working together. PokeSins just takes me frickin' ages. And Wasteland is also a bit difficult knowing what to cut because there is so much talking in that game, so much talking. I will spend half an hour talking to one character, and most of it's irrelevant. So I have to make a judgment call about what is relevant and what isn't. It's hard to tell what will be relevant in half an hour's time. So I pretty much make judgment calls and delete any discussion, any conversation that isn't relevant in GVA. What is the worst game you've ever played? Prospect. Did the whole playthrough on this channel. It is, if it's not the worst, it is one of the worst games I've ever played. Holy crap, that was a terrible, terrible game. Do you like snow days or sunny days more? I love snow days. Oh, snowy days are so good, but we've only had one this year. Don't get many here. Do you like life simulator games, Sims, Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, etc.? I have only ever played of those, The Sims. I wanted to get Animal Crossing for quite a while because I have quite a few friends who play it on DS, and they were looking forward to like me being able to come visit their village or town or whatever it is. But I've only ever played The Sims, but I've still played Sims 1 through 3 and loved them. And I've clocked so many hours. I once spent the majority of a week I had off school because I was injured or ill or something, but I had pretty much a week off school, and I spent the entire week playing Sims 2 on my laptop and XD Gale of Darkness on my GameCube. That was really fun. Do you play Undertale? I have played Undertale on live stream. All of the videos are on this channel. Go watch them. Will you ever do a dating sim let's play? No, I won't. It's just not my sort of thing. Do you prefer Portal 1 or 2, and why? I prefer Portal 2 because the voice acting's better. GLaDOS gets a lot... it's the same person, but she tries to be less robotic and more personable, and it comes across much better. I find the humour much better because it's not just one person talking at you. It's not basically a monologue of comedy. It's a dialogue of comedy, and that just adds a lot more. It's longer, so you can actually sort of get into playing it. You can't just finish it in one session. Well, you could conceivably, but then again, you could probably finish like Final Fantasy in one session if you were really weird. And I much prefer it. You can just sit down and really get into Portal 2, which you can't with Portal 1. What do you think your biggest achievement is? At the moment, 25,000 subscribers. Or my degree. Why did you use YouTube to live stream this instead of Twitch? I'm going to be honest, YouTube live streaming I don't like. Wirecast is nowhere near as good as OBS, and unfortunately I can't use OBS with YouTube. The reason I'm doing this on YouTube is because it increases the chance of people seeing it, because Twitch is really good for games. Twitch is an amazing live streaming service. YouTube is not, but YouTube is where I have 25,000 people watching, and Twitch is a few hundred, I think. So I'm doing it on here in the hope that people will be inclined to check out my live streaming stuff. I have a Twitch. It's not linked in the description, but I can put it in there. Actually, I will do that right. Alright, not right now, but because I'm in the middle of a live stream. But at the end of this, I will. So if you're watching this after it being live, there will be a link in the description to my Twitch account. What is your favourite Pokemon movie? I would say Mewtwo Returns. I know it's not technically a movie. Of the actual movies, it's probably Pokemon 2000, but that's because I haven't watched many of the later ones at all. But yeah, of the ones that I consider movies, it's got to be Mewtwo Returns. Will you ever grow a moustache? I actually have one, you just can't see it because it's very pale. I apologise if you can hear a dog crying that's next door. What is your favourite Sonic soundtrack? This one was a bit of an out of nowhere question that I got just before the stream. I would say it's the one from Sonic Adventure 2, the boss battle between Shadow and Sonic the second time. It's just so catchy. It's like do 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 do. It's really good. I don't remember what it's called, but it has a name, but I don't remember it. But I love that soundtrack. I'd listen to that on the Dreamcast version of it quite a lot. When was your first live stream? Years ago I did. I think it was PlanetSide 2, you know. I think PlanetSide 2 was my first ever live stream. Yeah, that was years ago. And I've been live streaming at least once a week for the last 3 months. Almost 4. No. 3 months. Sonic or Mario? I prefer Sonic. Not the latest games. The games I've played recently are terrible, but Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 I liked, and Sonic Heroes was alright. Bit weird, but alright. What was my first YouTube video about? It's still on my channel. It's Minecraft Mysteries, Red Merc Mystery. Go check it out. It's still on there. Terrible quality. Really terrible quality, but it's still there. Can we get some questions that aren't repeated, please? Just getting a lot of the same ones at the moment. If I haven't answered it, I'm not going to answer it. Or I've already answered it, as a lot of these are repeated from previous things. When do you think you'll find Utopia in Age of Decay? I honestly have no idea. No spoilers for this current session, but we're not that close to finding it. I reckon it'll sort of happen in a flurry. When we get close, we'll get really close, and then we'll find it, rather than it just happening from nowhere. How long have I been going? 35 minutes. 20 minutes, 29 minutes, okay. If you had to choose, would you pick Espeon or Umbreon? Espeon, as I said in my Pokemon Journey tag video recently. I didn't say that Age of Decay would go on forever. I distinctly didn't say that. Oh, sorry, itchy nose always happens when I'm live streaming. With the camera on. Which I've been doing for a while now. All of the questions at the moment are ones I've already answered, or just won't answer. Are there any games that you stopped playing and are hoping to go back to? Probably not any ones like on the channel. Because if I stop playing a game on the channel, it's generally because it didn't do well enough for me to continue playing it, and it's unlikely I'll go back to it. But off the channel, I am making an effort to go back and finish all the games I began. Like I recently finished Final Fantasy 13, not 7, 13. And other ones like that. And I tend to review games on Steam when I finish them, so I'm sort of making more of an effort to finish games on there. Are there any games you plan to play in the future? Frickin' tons! I have got a massive list of future Garen River versus co-op, live stream, 2-up your plays. So many games I want to play on there. If you had to join Team Aqua or Team Magma, which would you join? I'd say Magma. Because Aqua's idea is fundamentally flawed. They want to make it rain to increase the amount of water on Earth. That's where the rain comes from. It is evaporated water from Earth. It adds nothing. Whereas magma, like you can have magma coming up from underneath the Earth to create more of a... Sorry, that's my text tone. So you can have it coming up to create more land, so of the two, that's the less moronic. Are you going to any gaming conventions this year? I have no plans at the moment, but I'd like to, if I could. What is your go-to video game? I don't really have one. I guess Deponia? Probably. If you didn't make YouTube videos, what would you be doing? I would be either an author or a freelance writer. Or a writer. Preferably, no. I'd either be an author or a writer. I'd have some kind of stable job doing something like that. What's your favourite sushi? Wow. Completely misread that. I don't have a favourite sushi. Sushi's alright, but I don't have a favourite. How long does it take to make a Pokesims episode? Somewhere between 5 and 8 hours. Why are you so smart when it comes to Pokemon? I grew up with it. I grew up with Gen 1 and 2. And I was sort of a bit older when it came to Gen 3, but I still know those three so well, and Bulbapedia is an amazing asset. So if there is anything I'm unsure of or anything I don't know, I double check it on Bulbapedia. What is my favourite character from Undertale? Azrael, I'd say. Or Toriel. Probably Toriel. Are you going to do any more 2-up-your group things in Minecraft, like the castle? I don't know. That's very unsure. It's not really up to me, you see, because it's a group thing. I'm going to say at the moment we have no plans, and that'll have to do. What is my schedule? My schedule is my schedule. I'm afraid I won't reveal it publicly because if I don't stick to it, then I'd feel silly having revealed it, and it's a bit of a casual schedule because I tend to switch things around quite a lot, but it's just a general plan for which videos I should be focusing on next. What else you got? Come on, guys. Keep up with the questions. Have I played many Sonic games? I have played Sonic Adventure 1, 2, Heroes, Riders, that was awful. Briefly played Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 before I gave up because it was broken. Actually, I had 2 copies of that game. Both gifts. I think those are all the Sonic games I've played, actually. No, I'm sure I played another one that I can't think of. Where can I find a list of questions you've already answered? In the description of this video. Do you use repels while travelling in Pokemon? Usually only if I'm going through sort of low level areas where I can't be bothered, or if I'm in a hurry. Least favourite gym leader? Oh, that's a difficult one. I would say I don't know. There is one that annoys me, I just can't think of them. No, I'm afraid I can't think of them, so I'm going to have to say Blaine. Just don't like his face. Do you plan to expand your merch store? I do, but only when I've managed to sell more of the current run, because it costs me money to get new designs and I need to make some kind of decent profit off them before getting more. Another one that you can get is, of course, Demon Eyes. Should you get Undertale? I would say yes. Yes, you should play Undertale. It's a unique game, or at least it's a very different kind of game, and it is worth playing, even if it isn't as stellar as everyone says it is. What is one thing you'd like to improve on your channel? I don't know. There's sort of nothing distinctly I want to improve. I mean, I'm always looking to sort of try different things, get new art, all of that. I would say I'd like to have more gaming subs, because I know the majority of my subs are PokeSyn subs, and I want to have some gaming ones as well, because I'm aware that the two don't cross over that much. But given how much gaming stuff I do, I really want some gaming subs. It's ones that are there for the gaming, and they can also enjoy the PokeSyns, but yeah, the gaming ones. Do you have a starter type that you almost always choose? No. Remember, I've only played the first 3 gens, and I'd always choose Bulbasaur, Cyndaquil, and actually I've chosen all 3 of the Gen 3 ones. Although all of the 3, my favourite is probably Trico of those, but I've played Gen 3 enough to have chosen all 3. What is James's role in Age of Decay? Will he take over from Evan and do farming, or is he going to do something else? You'll have to wait and see. We've already recorded the first 7 episodes with James, so you're just going to have to wait and see. Most underrated game? Oh, I don't know. I don't actually know. I tend not to just get really enamoured with something without being able to acknowledge its faults, and I can see a lot why those faults put people off, like Final Fantasy 13. It has so many problems, and yet I've already put like 80 hours into it, or 50 hours or something. I put so many hours into Final Fantasy 13. But I can see why people really hate it. Apart from rude, annoying commenters, is there anything you hate about YouTube? To be honest, the commenters are a massive problem with YouTube. A lot of commenters can be so toxic to pretty much anything they touch, but arrogant YouTubers. I've seen a few, and there have been a few that I've had contact with who they just look down on you because you're not as big as them, and that's why I've strived to not be a dick to people, really, because I've been on the receiving end of that dick and I didn't like it. I didn't like that dick. Anything else you got, guys? Have you watched Kill la Kill? I have, in its entirety. It was very fun. Very weird. Completely out there. But I enjoyed it. What else you got, guys? If I'm not answering your questions, please stop repeating them. Would you do a stream where you play against your viewers in Pokken? I don't have Pokken. I think it's on the Wii, isn't it? Not even sure it's on PC. Have you seen Robot Wars? I used to love Robot Wars. I haven't seen the new stuff. I actually once went to see Robot Wars live, like at the studio with like Craig Charles as the presenter. It was really good fun. How do you feel about people who lose their channels for no reason? I can't stand it. It's the YouTube copyright system is so broken. It's just so broken. And it's another, to be honest, that's the other biggest problem. That's the massive problem I have with YouTube, aside from commenters. The copyright system is so broken. However, it isn't so broken that good things can't come of it. So I recently had someone infringe my copyright. He stole my script, plagiarizing it and calling it his own. And I asked him to take it down. He didn't get back to me. So I contacted YouTube and they took it down. And they took the video down. And that was a case of it working for me, but it's just the automated stuff is so finicky, and the way that they don't care about fair use. So what that guy did wasn't fair use because he took my script almost word for word and called it his own. But what I do is fair use because it's fair use law. It's sort of how it's described. And it makes reviewers and people like me with Pokesins being able to do what we do. What do you feel about people copying your channel? I've not seen anyone copy my channel. I do gaming stuff and I do PokeSins. I've seen people taking the idea of PokeSins and trying to do a CinemaSins parody of PokeSins episodes, and as long as they don't use the term PokeSins, then there's sort of nothing I can say against them. I obviously don't endorse them because I intend to do all seasons, and yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. How would you react if Pokemon ended? Relieved, because I think it's been going on for so freaking long now. As I've said multiple times, I don't think they should make any new generations. Do you still watch television? If so, what show would you suggest? I don't watch television itself. The television I have is just for consoles. I have been getting into House of Cards on Netflix. That's very interesting. It's like Game of Thrones without gore. Can you draw? Well, you should follow me on Twitter because I occasionally post pictures of things I've drawn. I've been getting into drawing recently. Started off with some like Steven Universe stuff, and this is pretty much my latest thing. It's Rufus from Deponia. I've been drawing more recently. It's fun, and I think I'm surprised myself with how well it's turning out, because last time I tried to draw it was awful. What will you do if another of your PokeSins episodes gets removed by YouTube? I have never had a single video of mine removed from YouTube. I'm not even sure if they ever do that. What they do is they make it so that it is not viewable in any country. And if you dispute it, it can then become viewable again, assuming you have a valid claim. So when one of mine gets flagged, it's unavailable. And this usually happens right after it's finished processing, before it actually goes live at all. And I dispute it so that it goes live or comes back into viewability with no restrictions on that. I just don't earn money. What is your favourite robot from Robot Wars? Hypnodisc, I'd say. He was really cool. What are those posters on my wall? Well, that one is an original one I got from Redbubble. I think it was Redbubble. And that's... it's hard to see because it's a lot darker than it looked on the website. But that's... excuse me. That is a veteran ranger from Fallout New Vegas. That is a VG Cats one. That is a limited edition numbered lithograph for Dishonored. That one is another one from Redbubble. That is Tali from Mass Effect. That one is Golden Sun Dark Dawn, and there is another VG Cats one. Are you rich? No. If Pokemon ended, do you think they keep making games? I don't think the TV show will end until they stop making games. Who is your favourite gem from Steven Universe? Peridot. If you could, would you get a life-size death gun? The death gun was just some kind of machine gun. I don't know what kind. In TTT it would be called a huge. In CSGO I think it's a Negev. Yeah. Do you like Dark Dawn? I haven't finished it, but I really love what I've played. It's a very good continuation of the franchise. I've just realised I've been going for 50 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up there because last I looked it was 20 minutes ago. Thank you very much for watching. This has been great fun. I will be doing another one of these probably in 6 months, but I'm thinking maybe 3 and start doing them every 3 months instead. But so many of these questions I got today were just repeated, either ones I've already answered or ones that it's clear I'm not going to answer and they just kept asking them. So thank you very much for watching. This will be posted in its entirety on YouTube almost immediately after this ends. So thank you very much for watching, and thanks for asking your questions. And I will catch you later. And so will Ezio. Remember, you can support me on Patreon. You can go buy my merch. I also have Twitter, Twitch. Twitch is linked. They'll both be linked in the description very shortly. So, thank you very much. Bye bye.